Your paycheck just hit your account, $2,347. For about 6 hours, you feel rich. Your bank balance looks healthy, you can breathe. Then reality hits. Rent's due, bills are stacking, your credit card needs attention, you've got groceries to buy. And somehow, by day 12 of the pay period, you're broke again, wondering where it all went. This cycle repeats every 2 weeks. You're not overspending on stupid stuff, you're not irresponsible, you're just moving money randomly instead of strategically. Here's what most people don't understand. The first 5 moves you make after your paycheck hits determine whether you build wealth or stay broke. Get the sequence right, and you'll never live paycheck to paycheck again. Get it wrong, and you'll be stuck in the hamster wheel forever. Today, I'm giving you the exact 5-move game plan, the precise order to move your money the moment payday hits. This isn't theory. This is the battle-tested system that moves you from broke to wealthy over time. By the end, you'll have a repeatable checklist that takes 10 minutes per paycheck but changes your entire financial trajectory. Let's start. Before we get to the moves, you need to understand why sequence matters. Most people treat their checking account like a pool where all the money sits until something needs to be paid. That's financial chaos. Money sitting in checking gets spent. It disappears on takeout, impulse purchases, subscription renewals you forgot about. The longer money sits visible in your checking account, the more likely it is to vanish. Wealthy people treat their checking account like a distribution center, not a storage facility. Money arrives, gets immediately routed to designated accounts, and only what's meant for spending stays in checking. This is called the zero-based budgeting flow. Every dollar gets a job the moment it arrives. Nothing sits idle, nothing gets wasted. The 5 moves I'm about to give you implement this system automatically. You'll run through these moves in order within an hour of your paycheck hitting. Some you'll automate, some you'll do manually, but the sequence is non-negotiable. Each move builds on the previous one. Skip one or do them out of order, and the system breaks. Ready? Let's go. Move number 1. Pay yourself first. Minimum 10% to investments. The single most important financial move you can make is not paying your rent, not paying your bills, it's paying yourself first. Before a single dollar goes anywhere else, 10% minimum goes to your investment account. Paycheck hits for $2,347, $235 moves immediately to your investment account. Roth IRA, index fund, brokerage. Doesn't matter which specific account, what matters is that it happens first, automatically, before you can spend it. Why first? Because human nature guarantees you'll spend whatever's left over. If you pay all your bills first and plan to invest whatever's left, there will be nothing left. Expenses expand to consume available income. That's Parkinson's law applied to money. But if you remove 10% immediately, you never see it, never miss it, and it compounds for decades. This is the difference between people who retire with millions and people who retire with nothing. Same income, different first move. Here's the math that proves it. 2 people earn the same salary, $50,000 annually, $4,167 monthly, $2,083 biweekly. Person A pays bills first, invests whatever's left, averages 3% savings rate because there's never much left. Over 30 years, invests $45,000 total, grows to $120,000. Person B pays himself first, 10% automatic, invests before seeing the money. Over 30 years, invests $150,000, grows to $760,000. Same income, $640,000 difference, all because of move order. Paying yourself first isn't selfish, it's strategic. Your future self needs money more than your current landlord or your credit card company. 10% minimum goes to investments before anything else touches that money. If you're in debt, you might think, I should pay debt before investing. Wrong, you do both. 10% to investments, then attack debt aggressively with extra money later in the sequence. The investment habit must be built first or you'll never start. Automate this move. Set up direct deposit to send 10% automatically to your investment account. Never see it, never touch it. It doesn't exist for spending. This one move executed consistently over decades guarantees you won't be broke at 60. Move number 2. Cover the 4 walls, your survival expenses. After paying yourself first, you immediately cover your 4 walls. What are the 4 walls? Housing, utilities, food, and transportation. These are the expenses that keep you alive and employed. Rent or mortgage payment, electricity, water, internet, groceries, not restaurants, gas or public transit for work. These 4 categories must be covered before anything else. Why? Because missing these has catastrophic consequences. Miss credit card payment, you pay late fee and interest. Bad, but survivable. Miss your rent, you're evicted. Miss car payment and you can't get to work, you lose income. The 4 walls are sacred. They're covered second, right after paying yourself first. Here's how to execute this move. Know your 4 walls total in advance. Rent, $1,200, utilities, $150, groceries, $300, gas, $100, total, $1,750. The moment paycheck hits, that $1,750 is mentally allocated. You can pay it immediately or schedule it for due dates, but it's locked, not available for other spending. On our $2,347 paycheck example, we've now allocated $235 to investments, $1,750 to 4 walls, total $1,985, remaining $362. This remaining amount is what you actually have for everything else, and we're about to allocate it strategically. Move number 3. Kill your highest interest debt with extra payment. After 4 walls are covered, you attack debt, not minimum payments, extra payments. You've already covered minimums in your 4 walls and upcoming bills. This is about acceleration. Every paycheck, you designate a fixed amount to throw at your highest interest debt, credit cards, personal loans, whatever has the worst interest rate. Paycheck example, $362 remaining. We're allocating $150 of it to extra debt payment. Take that $150, add it to your minimum payment on your highest interest credit card, boom, you're cutting months or years off that debt. Why not pay all $362 to debt? Because you still need to handle other obligations and you need a tiny buffer for life. But $150 per paycheck, every paycheck, is $600 per month extra, $7,200 per year going to debt elimination above minimums. That acceleration is what breaks the debt cycle. Math example. Credit card balance, $5,000, 21% interest, minimum payment, $150 monthly. Paying minimums only, 39 months to pay off. Total paid, $7,280, interest, $2,280. Adding $150 per paycheck, which is $300 monthly extra, pay off in 12 months. Total paid, $5,690, interest, $690. You saved $1,590 and 33 months by making this move 3 your priority. This extra payment isn't negotiable. It's locked in your paycheck game plan. $150 every single paycheck to highest interest debt until it's dead. Then that $150 rolls to the next debt. Within 2 to 4 years, depending on your debt load, you're debt-free, and that $150 per paycheck can redirect to investments or other goals. But it starts here, move 3 every paycheck without exception. Move number 4, build your emergency buffer to 1 month of expenses. After debt attack, you need defense. This is your emergency buffer, separate from your main emergency fund. Let me explain the difference. Your full emergency fund is 3 to 6 months of expenses, sitting in high-yield savings, untouchable except for job loss or major emergency. That takes time to build. Your emergency buffer is 1 month of expenses, maybe $2,000, that sits in checking or instantly accessible savings to absorb small emergencies without breaking your system. Car repair, medical copay, surprise bill, whatever, the buffer catches it so you don't have to pause debt payments or raid investments. On our $2,347 paycheck example, we have $212 left after the $150 debt payment. We're putting $100 of it toward building the buffer. Once your buffer hits your target, this $100 per paycheck redirects to investments or extra debt payments. But until the buffer is full, it's move 4. Why a buffer matters? Let's say you're executing this perfect paycheck game plan. Then your car needs $600 repair. Without a buffer, you either put it on credit card, erasing your debt progress, or you skip paying yourself first that month, breaking your investment habit. Either option destroys momentum. With a buffer, you pull $600 from it, fix the car, then rebuild the buffer over the next few paychecks while maintaining all other moves. The buffer is your system's shock absorber. It keeps you on track when life happens. Most people skip this step.
They either have no emergency money, so every surprise becomes a crisis, or they have a big emergency fund, but it's locked away and psychologically hard to access for smaller stuff. The buffer splits the middle. It's your first line of defense. Build to 1 month's expenses, about $2,000 to $3,000 for most people, then maintain it. This takes about 6 months at $100 per paycheck. After that, redirect to move 5.
Move number 5. Everything else gets allocated, not spent randomly. We're down to $112 remaining on our example paycheck. This is discretionary money, but it's not a free-for-all. Move 5 is allocating it to specific purposes using the envelope method, physical or digital. You divide remaining money into categories: entertainment, dining out, clothing, personal spending, gifts, whatever your life requires. The exact categories don't matter. What matters is that you decide where it goes before you spend it. That 112 might split as 50 dining out, 30 entertainment, 20 clothing fund, 12 miscellaneous. You can use physical envelopes with cash, a budgeting app, or even just a note spreadsheet. The system doesn't matter, the intentionality does. This money is allocated, meaning when dining out envelope is empty, you stop dining out until next paycheck. When entertainment hits 0, you stop buying entertainment. No borrowing from other envelopes without conscious decision. Why this matters? Unallocated money evaporates. If you finish moves 1 through 4 and think, I've got 112 left to spend, however, it'll be gone in 3 days and you won't remember what you bought. But if it's allocated, you're forced to prioritize. You know dining out has $50 for the pay period. That's 2 meals out, or 1 nicer meal, or 5 fast food lunches. You choose based on what matters. This move isn't about restriction, it's about consciousness. You can spend the money, just spend it on purpose. Bonus benefit, when you see the numbers, you start making better trades. Do I want this $40 restaurant meal, or would I rather save that $40 for 2 paychecks and have $80 for something I want more? That question doesn't happen without allocation. With allocation, you become a strategic spender instead of a reactive spender. The complete playbook, summarized. Paycheck hits. $2,347 lands in checking. Move 1 within 1 hour, automated. $235, 10%, moves to Roth IRA invested in index fund. Done. Never seen, never missed. Move 2, same day. $1,750 allocated to 4 walls. Rent scheduled for first of month, utilities auto pay, groceries budgeted, gas budgeted, locked. Move 3, same day, $150 scheduled as extra payment to credit card with highest interest, paid immediately or on due date but committed. Move 4, same day, $100 moved to emergency buffer savings account, building toward $2,500 target. Move 5, same day, $112 allocated across discretionary categories in budgeting app, envelopes set. Total time for all 5 moves, 10 minutes. Total money accounted for, $2,347, every single dollar. Money sitting purposelessly in checking at end of paycheck processing, 0. This is how you win. What happens over time with this system? Month 1, you feel constrained, watching every dollar, wondering if you can stick with it. Month 3, it's automatic, you're not thinking about it. Debt is shrinking, investments are growing. Month 6, emergency buffer is full. That $100 per paycheck redirects to investments. Now investing $335 per paycheck, plus the $150 that'll free up when debt dies. Month 12, first debt is gone. $150 extra per paycheck rolls to next debt or investments. You're debt-free in sight. Month 24, debt-free. $150 plus $100 from buffer plus original $235 equals $485 per paycheck to investments. That's $970 monthly, $11,640 annually. Year 5, invested $58,000 total, account worth $79,000. Year 10, invested $116,000, worth $173,000. Year 20, invested $232,000, worth $580,000. Year 30, invested $348,000, worth $1.4 million. You retire a millionaire from a middle-class paycheck because you ran the 5-move game plan every 2 weeks for 30 years. The jungle version. Monkey gets 10 bananas every 2 weeks from Jungle Job. Old method keeps all 10 in pile, takes bananas for food, rent, fun. By day 12, 0 bananas left, confused where they went. New method, 5 moves. Move 1, immediately takes 1 banana, plants it in investment grove before even looking at the other 9. Move 2 sets aside 6 bananas for tree hut rent, water, food, vine transport. Locked, untouchable. Move 3 takes 1 banana to pay extra on old coconut debt owed to Big Monkey Bank. Move 4 puts 1 banana in emergency stash under rock. Move 5 splits remaining 1 banana across fun, grooming, and treats, allocated. All 10 bananas assigned in 5 minutes. Days 12 through 14 still has bananas allocated for needs, not scrambling, not borrowing. After 10 years, investment grove producing 2 bananas per day, emergency stash full, debt gone, allocating more to grove. Retires early with banana trees feeding him forever, while other monkeys still scramble paycheck to paycheck, wondering why life is hard.
Common objections and fixes. My paycheck doesn't cover everything. I can't do this. Yes, you can. If paycheck doesn't cover 4 walls plus 10% investing, you have income problem or expense problem. Fix it. Get second income stream, cut expenses, or both. But still run the 5 moves in sequence with whatever you have. Even if you can only invest 5% or $50 per paycheck, do it first. Build the habit. The exact percentages matter less than the sequence. What if emergency happens before buffer is full? Use credit card if you must, but rebuild buffer immediately next paycheck. Don't let one emergency destroy the system. What if I get irregular paychecks, freelance, commission? Run the 5 moves on every payment that comes in, even if amounts vary. Same sequence, different amounts. Average your income, build the system around your average, save extra in good months to cover short months. Irregular income is harder, but same moves apply. Your homework, right now. Pull up your bank account, look at your last paycheck deposit, write down the exact amount. Calculate 10%, that's move 1. Add up your 4 walls, rent, utilities, groceries, transport, that's move 2. Identify your highest interest debt, decide your extra payment amount, that's move 3. Decide your buffer target, usually 1 month expenses, pick your per paycheck contribution, that's move 4. Look at what's left, create 3 to 5 spending categories, allocate the remainder, that's move 5. Write this down as your personal paycheck game plan. Next paycheck, execute it in sequence. The paycheck after that, execute it again. By the 3rd paycheck, it's automatic. By the 10th, your finances are transformed. This isn't complicated, it's just sequential, but sequence is everything. Pay yourself first, cover survival, attack debt, build buffer, allocate the rest. 5 moves, 10 minutes, every paycheck. Do this and you win. Ignore this and you'll stay broke forever wondering why. The game plan is in your hands.